Hello, I'm Stefan. This is True Stories in a Composer's Life. In this episode, I want to tell you about the near disaster of my Canadian Grammy nomination, plus why hard work and success in the music business are totally separate things. I hope you're old enough to know what this is, a relic from the 90s when people were still buying music. Back then, I released an awful lot of CDs, and I want to tell you about two. This one right here, under the name Rainchild, I had produced for my publisher Frank Swain of Holborn Distribution, just outside of Toronto. His catalog was all about ambient music, and with this album, I was determined to write the mother of all relaxation albums. I sweated over this thing for months on end, and when I was finally finished, I was extremely proud, and it flopped big time. Honestly, I barely moved 10,000 copies, so it really didn't move the needle, and I was not even disappointed, I was disillusioned. I had a bunch of platinum albums under my belt, and to see this thing getting no recognition was quite a blow. Right around the same time though, I also released this album as George Amatino. That's a pseudonym I used together with my production buddy Jonas exclusively for popular classical music. Frank had asked for Pachelbel's Canon in D major, I'm sure you know that thing. So sure, we got together, we made it pretty, and when we were finished, I was talking to Frank and I said, you know, we're done, but that thing is only like 7.5 minutes long. Are you sure you don't want some more music? And he said, no, just that piece. I mean, yeah, make it longer, more repeats, whatever you need to do, but just that piece. How did I turn this into a full-length album? I opened the thing with some ocean surf I had recorded earlier that year in Olympic National Park. After a few seconds, the music came in and I faded out the ocean. But just before the piece ended, I faded the ocean back up, and when the piece ran out, I restarted it. And I just kept doing the same thing. So all you really get on this album are 6 copies of the exact same track patched together with ocean surf. You can cry foul all you want and call that cheating, but I really have to hand it to Frank for having the right intuition, because that thing sold like hotcakes. Pretty soon, we received a double platinum award. I mean, these CDs were literally flying out the door, and before long we got another call from the publisher's office, from Wayne Patton. He was doing all our contracts and PR, and he said, good news guys, the numbers are off the charts, and we now have a successful application with the Canadian Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences for next year's Juno Award nominations in the category Instrumental Artist of the Year. If you don't know what a Juno Award is, you are probably not Canadian. Every country has national music awards, and these things are to Canada what the Grammys are to the US. So you'd think I was bouncing off the walls with excitement, right? But actually my first reaction was, what? Of all my albums, that thing? What about my Rainchild album, right? But you don't get an award because you twiddled an awful lot of knobs. This is a popularity contest. You do the numbers, you sell a ton of CDs, that's why you get the award. So I called Jonas to find out whether he wants to fly over to Canada for the ceremony. And he said, no way, I'm busy. We're not going to win anyway. I felt the same way, but I thought, honestly, how many more opportunities can I expect in my career to win, or even just be nominated for such a major national music industry award? So I ended up buying a ticket that would take me to Toronto for one day and straight back home the next morning. Crazy stuff. While I was there, I met with Frank over lunch, and in the evening I showed up at the venue in my best clothes. I felt like the Rockefellers. I walked straight up to the VIP ticket counter and introduced myself, and the ladies all smiling, oh, congratulations, nice to have you. Yeah, let's see. And the ticket isn't there. Now she sees the worried look on my face and says, don't worry, I'm sure it's just misplaced. Just a second. And now she's looking through all the reserved VIP tickets, 3 big boxes like this, very slowly, which gives me plenty of time to get all worked up about this because she's not finding the damn ticket. I no longer feel like the Rockefellers. I feel miserable. My face is like a lobster and I say, look, it's not like I took a bus from across town. I flew in from Munich, Germany, from overseas to be at the show. My publisher confirmed 2 tickets at the door, and you tell me I cannot go inside now because you can't find the ticket? I believe you, but I cannot let you in without a ticket. I'm so sorry. I'm at the verge of throwing a fit. I am furious. This isn't the age of cell phones. I can't just call someone to straighten things out. By now it's less than 20 minutes to showtime and I'm standing there like an idiot because I can't get past this woman and I don't know what to do. I actually walked away. I was hoping to find a damn phone booth, even though I knew there would be nobody left at the publisher's office this time of day. But I was out of options. Then suddenly it hit me. I had this idea and I went back and said, look, I know this is a long shot, but is it possible that my ticket isn't even reserved under my name, but under the artist's name, George Amatino? And she goes, George Amatino? Eh? Here are your tickets. George? I mean, come on! Why didn't anybody tell me this? This is the 25th anniversary edition of the Juno Awards, and to celebrate the occasion, for the first time it is open to the public. I am standing inside Cobb's Coliseum, which has since been renamed the First Ontario Centre. This is a huge arena and it's packed. There must be 10,000-12,000 people in there. In addition, the whole thing is broadcast live on national TV. I mean, this is a big deal, right? And I just about missed it, for crying out loud. The lights are dimming and I'm scrambling to find a seat. Right in front of the stage, there are some rows roped off for the VIPs. So I'm looking for an empty seat and I just about freak out. Like, I get to sit here? I see nothing but celebrities. There's Shania Twain and Randy Bachman, my God, Katie Lang, Tom Cochrane. The who is who of Canadian music is sitting right there. Do you have any idea how it feels to make all these people get up because you are late? So I plumped down on the first empty seat and I'm practically next to Gordon Lightfoot. I have this picture that was taken by a friend of mine straight off of his TV screen with a cheap 90s digital camera. So the big mug with the long hair right behind Gordon? Yeah, that's me. So anyway, the show starts, and you know how it goes, right? The host cracks some jokes, the nominees walk up on stage, big drum roll, the winner is, and they're handing over all these glitzy awards that you hear about. Best song, best album, best newcomer, best this and that. Plus we get live performances by some of the winners, like Alanis Morissette. She just raked in the awards that night. I think she won like 6 of them for her blockbuster debut album, Jagged Little Pill. She performed Ironic. Fantastic. I'm really starting to enjoy the show. Then after about an hour, there's a short break and the broadcast lines are cut. The rest of the show is only for the people who are live in the venue, because now they're handing over all the not so glitzy awards that the general public isn't really interested in, but that are incredibly important to the people in the industry, of course. So no more jokes and big drum rolls. No, they're busting them right through. You know, best assistant engineer, best music video lighting, stuff like that. Instrumental artist of the year. Sounds so grand, right? Didn't even make it in the first half. As expected, I didn't win this thing. That award went to Leona Boyd, that phenomenal guitar player, the first lady of the guitar. I think she won that thing like 5 times in her career. Really beautiful stuff, actually. And before I know it, the show is over, the audience is headed for the exits, and I'm sitting there feeling totally drained and empty. I'm like, is that it? I went to so much trouble getting here, right? Not just that scene at the door, but flying over from Europe for these 2 hours all of a sudden seems a little silly. I suppose I wanted a little more, so I wandered around, I mingled with the other VIPs. Now backstage there's this row of pop-up booths set up with curtains for the winners to give interviews. On one of the booths, the curtain isn't fully drawn and I spot Leona Boyd giving an interview. I can't tell what she's saying, I'm too far away, but for a moment I'm standing there watching, I'm imagining myself being in that interview right now. And I'm thinking, good for you, Leona. You really deserve this, and honestly, I have no idea what to say about my album that contains 6 copies of the same track patched together with Ocean Surf. That's it for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of True Stories. Thanks for watching.